Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome along to the wilds of Suffolk. I'm out here yet again doing what I do, going for a walk in beautiful locations such as this, giving you my thoughts and opinions on things that are happening in the world and the public consciousness. If it's your first time here, welcome. It's a pleasure for me to have you along for the walk. And if you're a returning subscriber, or 1,295, I think there are of you today, welcome back. Thank you one and all for joining me. So by the title today, I ask myself questions. I constantly question myself. I question my judgment. I question everything about myself and my life and the decisions that I make, why I make them, how I make them. And I wanted to sort of put that thought process to you, so that just to see what you think, really. I mean, this is the way I look at things, the way I examine things, and the way the thought process I go through to examine what comes into my consciousness through the media, through friends, through social media that I've just been banned off again today. Woo! Thank you, Facebook. The thought process of how I come to the ideas that I do and the way that I think about things. And I wanted to sort of put that out there, see what you think. So the idea, the concept behind this video is questioning how you think, who you are, firstly, who you are, how you think, and how you come to the decision-making part of your life. So, let's get on with it. So, I look at the world. Obviously, I've been through this many, many times. I look at the world through the lens of the life that I've lived, the experiences that I've had, the things that I've come into contact with. And I have lived by the rules that I've set myself, the principles that I've decided, the morals and the principles that I have decided that I wanted to adopt as my own. Okay? Those morals and principles might be outside of the norm for most people. It's I am, as I've stated many, many times, I think I've probably got more wrong in my life than I've got right. I have, I've bought into complete bullshit many times. When I was younger, I used to think that climate change, oh yes, we have to change the world. I was all in for this, we need a better government to do that. Better government, please. Anybody that puts their hand up and says they want to run the country, I mean, they should just be locked away somewhere. They're the very least people that should be given any kind of power whatsoever. As we've seen all over the world. I mean, literally all over the world. I literally just saw a video before I left the house of a reporter in Australia saying in order to have a social media account you have to provide all your data to get an account. This is if you're in Australia, and then the police can monitor that. So if you say something that someone doesn't like, then they can report you or charge you, because it's a hate crime to say something that someone doesn't like. Free speech, right? Yeah. We have free speech. You can speak freely, though. You can. It's just if somebody else doesn't like it, then you have to remove that speech because it's not free. So, the guiding principles that I guide myself on, perhaps different from yours. But that's the thing. Once I've set my mind to something, then I won't back down on it. Especially if people attack me, then it just reinforces the idea. Oh, very cold here. As you can hear, I'm slipping on the dirt. It's a dirt path. I'm sliding on it. The ground is frozen where I am today. But look at this. Look at this sky. See the blue sky? Sunshine. Today is Monday, the 11th, I think it is, of December. It is cold here. Look, you see the sunshine in the background. It's lovely. It's cold, but everywhere else in the country it's snowing. And I've got sunshine and blue sky walking out in the forest, and the paths are icy. So there's your weather report for the day. Okay. Now, when I do hit a nerve, this is the thing that people don't understand about what I'm doing and this whole doing videos or sharing things on social media, and it's all about saying and doing what I want to do. And I know that's going to trigger people. I know it is. I know it is, because people completely disagree with the way that I think and the way I do things and the way when I speak, basically. Some people just don't like it when I talk because I'm, racist, xenophobe, misogynist. I mean, just pick one. It doesn't matter. You can, any of them doesn't really matter. I'm just, I've been labelled all of them. So, but it's if I get attacked a lot about a particular subject, I know that I'm in the right place, and that's where I have to draw the line. So, because the woke army that surrounds us everywhere that we go, and is growing by the day because people don't want to step outside the bounds of being accepted in polite society. The woke army that grows, they will attack you. Well, they've stopped attacking me, strangely. I don't understand. Purely because I'll push back every time. And I push back a lot harder than people push me. Because I don't care. I have this set of principles or morals or, the guiding things that this far and no further. That's, I have those and I know what they are. And it seems that most people don't operate with that kind of functionality in their life because they're willing to let their principles go just to be able to fit in. I have to go to work, or, I'm willing to lay all of that aside in order that I can get back to my life, or whatever it is that is making them compromise their principles. Now, no one else can tell you what your principles are, and if they are, then they're not yours, right? So if you're operating in this, well, I'll just do that because everyone else is doing it, then whose life are you living? Who are you? Who are you if somebody else is making all your decisions for you? Sorry, my mouth isn't working because it's bloody freezing. Australian in England, walking in the forest in the winter, it's bloody cold. It's bloody cold. And I had my hair cut. So it's not a hairdo, obviously. It's a hair don't for all you folks at home. So I had a very short haircut as well. It makes me more aerodynamic at work so I can move faster, which is great. But coming out here with my ears exposed, it is bloody cold. Anyway, back to the point. I wasn't even going to come out today. Makes sense. But I wasn't going to come out today. I didn't do a video last week because I was down in London doing a consultancy job. I was working 7 days. And today is my day off. And I told everyone I'm not doing anything. I'm going to stay home. I'm going to get all the things I need to get done from home. Make some phone calls, emails, all that kind of jazz. I'm not even going to leave the house. But this nagging voice, these principles, this code that I have set myself. I'll only take a detour up this way today. This code that I've set myself, these principles, this track that I've put myself on, I can't deviate from it. Because if I've set myself a target, I've been out here recording these videos and, I didn't really fully understand what I was getting into when I started this. I didn't, I had no idea that so many people would join me for this lunacy. Obviously, me walking out here and talking trash about the things I'm talking about. I never anticipated that it would grow to this kind of number of people watching for a start. But I've come to realize that we're all searching for information, or we're all searching for that group, our tribe. I've heard it said that we're all looking for that to buoy us and to lift us up through tough times. So, when you're not feeling it, you're like, oh God, I'm really not in the mood today. I can't be bothered. I'm sure we've all been there. I do that sometimes, but I go and look for the information, or go and seek out the people I subscribe to, or the things, the information I go and look at, I know where to go to find a source of information that's going to lift me up and go, that's why I'm doing this, you know. So hopefully what I've been doing all this whole time and doing these videos, it gives people a sense of hope, and it gives them an idea they're not alone, or whatever it is. I mean, whatever you take from these videos, I hope people take something from it that's positive, and it lifts you up, and it buoys you, or it, you know, whatever it does, I hope that it is positive, these videos, when I'm doing it. I mean, it might seem sometimes I'm a bit, but you know, I hope that I'm putting something positive into the world to, I don't know, to lift people up or make them question their reality, whatever it is. I mean, what I hope you take something positive from it. But because, you know, this realization that sits, oh, there's a little muntjac deer in the forest there. See if we can get a little bit closer. I doubt it. But you know, I realize that by doing these videos and coming out here, you know, it's the wonderful people that watch it, you people, that's you, yeah, whoever you are, whoever's given you this video, or if you're a wonderful subscriber that comes along here and listens to this madness, I want to be able to keep on doing this, and just putting out content out there, putting out there my thoughts, so to help people, hopefully, and my principles that I set myself wouldn't allow me just to sit on my ass at home and do nothing today. So that's why I came out here. Now, the way I see it, this whole the concept of what I'm talking about, the principles and morals, and you know, that's what you use to make your decisions and how you live. It's an investment. You know, I've spoken about investments a lot, and this isn't I'm talking about a monetary investment. I mean, you can put this idea towards a monetary investment if you want, but what is an investment? What is an investment? What do you do? What are you trying to do with an investment? What you're doing with an investment is you're taking your money, your time, your skill set, whatever it is that you're investing, because it's not all about money. Life isn't all about money. Investment can be 1,000 different things. It can be an investment of your time. It can be an investment of money, of course. It can be an investment of your skill set into a project that's going to, you know, do something positive for the world. For me, the way that I invest money as well. I do lots of different investment. I invest in cryptos because I invest in projects and ideas and concepts. I invest my time, my energy, myself, you know, whatever it is that I'm investing, money obviously. I want to invest in projects that are going to better the world. Yeah? So me doing these videos is an investment of my time and my energy, because I have to go out and research and look at information to be able to do these talks. It's a massive investment, but it's an investment that I not only want to make, I force myself to make, because we've got to leave the world better than what we find it. And the problem is that the discussion has been overtaken by people who don't want to leave the world better. They want chaos. They want infighting. They want us fighting with each other. They don't want us to build something positive, because it doesn't benefit them. If we're living in a great place where things are positive and people are moving forward together, then we don't need their power structure. We don't need them to oversee us and work us like little puppets against each other. So for me, if I'm making an investment, whatever that investment is, whether it's money, time, my skill set, then it's the return on the investment is to make the world better. That's the way I think about it. That's the principles, the guiding methodology I use to make decisions about where I'm putting my time, my energy, my money, every investment I make. So I suppose the idea that I'm trying to get across today is that look at what we're doing with our time, and look at what where our time, our energy, our skill sets, our money can be put to use to leave the world better than what we found it, right? And the first investment, no investment in yourself is ever a wasted investment. Whether you're investing time to go and research information, whether you're investing time to find out what best to invest in, you're investing in yourself. And that investment of yourself will always pay dividends as long as you're investing in things that don't defy your principles. So, for instance, I would probably be doing more television than I do if I was willing to go against my principles and promote things that I don't believe in. Dance, monkey, because that's what it is. Once you have a contract for television or radio, or being in the public, you're getting out there and you have a public face, you have to toe the party line. You have to do what you're told. You are a hired face to be the mouthpiece of whoever's giving you that contract. That's not true, Chris. I don't have to say anything. That's garbage, okay? I know it's garbage. I have done enough in television to know how it works. Yes, I have. Principles. This is how I view things. My principles, the moral judgment, the guidance that I have set myself, guides me towards where I need to put my energy, my investment of time, money, energy. That's what my morals and principles guide me on. How do you make decisions? What's your process? What's your thought process? How do you come to decisions? What do you have to take into account? That your wife would agree, your husband would agree. In my house, my wife and I discuss everything. We don't always agree. Quite often she doesn't agree with me because, I'm crazy. I get that. I understand. But it is, it's easy to make excuses and say, I can't do that because somebody else won't let me, or I can't do that, or I can't make decisions for myself, or I can't think that way because I lose my job, or whatever it is. But then you're living by somebody else's principles. And I refuse to do that. I won't. And it's to my detriment financially sometimes. But what's money? And realistically, how important is it? How important is the money to me? What's more important, the money or my principles? Because once you sell yourself to anything, once you've sold yourself, then everyone's going to always remember that. And people around you will always remember that you're willing to sell yourself for some monetary gain or whatever it is. Do you want to be known as that? Do you want to be known as an idiot that is willing to compromise yourself for a few shekels, a few silver coins? I mean, that's not who I want to be. Yeah, and as I say, I've got more wrong in my life than I have got right. 100%. I know I have. My children, 100% right. My wife, 100% right. Well, let's say 99.999% right, because she's amazing, but, there's times that, she's not. it's many times I'm not. So, I'm not just bashing my wife, trust me. It's, but it's this guidance, it's this moral compass, it's these principles that I use as a sounding board for these decisions. But what is it that you have to take into consideration when you make a decision? Let's just say you're going to make a life-changing decision. Life-changing. Okay, we're going to sell our house, family home. We're going to sell our house and we're moving. Just like that, from one day to the next. We're doing it. That's it. The house is on the market. What would you have to do? What would you have to take into consideration to make that kind of decision? Who would you have to consult? Or do the people around you just trust you and go, we trust your judgment. How many people are going to trust you? I mean, how many people would trust me? I'm nuts, right? I'm crazy. But that's the thing. It is, if you have, during this whole COVID thing, I've stood by my principles. This is it. I'm not partaking in this game, this lie, this hoax, whatever it is, whatever words you want to call it. I'm not taking part in it. I refuse from day one. No, not at all. And that principle has stood firm, and I will never back down from that because it's a con. We'll see if this video is going to stay up. But that was my principles that's made me stand my ground, and I refuse to back down no matter how much pressure was put on me and how many people turned on me, no matter what. That's the way that I stood firm in my belief system and refused to back down has meant that there's going to be some people in my life that will never talk to me again. There's nothing I can do about that. They feel the way they feel, and but that's not my problem. That's not my problem. My problem isn't how other people perceive me. That's their thing, And, while we all want to be nice people and we all want to have people around us that care about us and love us, I can't compromise myself and can't say something I don't believe in, and I won't back down and not say it because it's going to upset somebody, because then I'm just giving myself over to, if I want to keep my friends, then I have to monitor what I say. And that's not how friendship works. Friends are there in your life and you're not always going to agree with them and they're not always going to agree with you, but they're your friends for a reason, right? Well, that's what we all thought. Family, well, there's nothing you can do about that, You get what you get. you gotta try and make the most of that, but you can't censor yourself. You can't give yourself away to appease others. Because as soon as you do it, you're not living your own genuine, your life. You're living somebody else's life. And, all through this journey that I've taken, all these different ways I've tried to explain, whose life you're living, who are you, what does it mean to you? All these questions I keep asking. I'm asking myself. I'm putting this out there for other people to debate, talk about, comment on if you want to. Comment box is there. I've done this all the time because it is... We're all living someone else's life. Oh, look at that. We're all living somebody else's life. And it's just the way that comes to us, or how that influence works, is all based on whether you're aware of it in the moment enough that you can do something about it. So how does it work for you? How does it work in your house? Do you have to have a group consultancy? Do you just make decisions and that's it? You live with it? Do you have a deep, we have to do a list of pros and cons for everything and sit down and work out what the pros are and work out what the cons are, and or do you just make snap decisions and then justify it later with more research? How do you work it? I make decisions based on, right now, this is based on everything that I know. This is what I believe. This is what I'm sticking to. And then, once I've made that decision, I'm going to go and look and find out all the sides of the argument that exist in that space, because I want to understand the subject deeply. So if I ask anyone I know, if I want to know about something, I'll know more about it than anybody else, because I'll just go and read and I'll look at all the different sides of the argument. I want to understand it so I can try and pull it apart. And then if somebody asks me about it, then I know about it. So one of my young kids that I've got working with me at work said to me, "How can you be so confident?" And I said, confidence comes from being the smartest fucking person in the room. Now, I'm not trying to be big-headed or blow myself up or blow myself. But if the amount of information that I take in, I could have a conversation with anybody about any subject, or be able to partake in a conversation with anybody about any subject without a deep knowledge of it, but with a knowledge of the subject, a basic knowledge of the subject. It doesn't matter what it is. And I can be engaged in a conversation without knowing anything about it, but still be able to converse with the person who has that deep knowledge about it, because I'm intrigued and I'm genuinely interested in that I'm trying to find out, because I want to make an investment of my time and my energy because it's intriguing to me. And the knowledge base, the more knowledge that you take in, understanding, you can start to fit things together in your life to be able to allow you to have the knowledge base to make decisions rather than basing a decision in somebody else's knowledge. Because maybe they're trying to influence you to something that isn't going to benefit you. With me? Yeah? The last 3 years? That doesn't ring any bells with you. Now, this idea that I'm trying to get out there is this investment. You know, where are you investing your time, and is it benefiting you or the world around you? If it is, awesome. If it's not, why? Why are you doing it? That's the question I ask myself constantly. What is this doing? How does it benefit me? How does it benefit the world? Is this the best place I can be? Is this the best use of my time, the energy, blah, 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 blah. And it's this in my brain constantly, because I want to make a difference. Hopefully, doing these videos makes a difference to someone's life. I mean, it allows me to be able to talk out loud and share a message, ask questions, start a conversation. Because if you can't question what's going on, if you can't question your life, you can't question your purpose, this is your purpose. This is what it's all about. What's your purpose? Who are you? And that's the hardest question we have to ask ourselves. If you've been on this journey with me for any period of time, I'm just a guy. I'm just an ordinary guy, chef, father, husband, pervert. I mean, just slap the labels on me. But I don't try to hide who I am. I swear, I curse. I'm blasphemous at times. I've been open and honest in this whole conversation about who I am. I haven't told you all the gritty details of all the stupid shit I've done, but I think you get a pretty good idea that I've done some pretty stupid shit. I mean, look at this haircut. But what's your thoughts? Do you compromise your principles? Do you compromise who you are for a few shekels, a few silver coins or gold coins? Or what is it? Who are you? And what are you here for? So that's today. I mean, like I say, it's just a wandering, rambling today because there wasn't no real subject matter. But I had this impulse to come and record this video because it is, when I'm asking myself these questions, I'm asking, is anybody else asking these questions of themselves? And how do they ask that? And is it like a thing that we can all sort of take part in? I don't know. I thought I'd put it out there and see what you thought today. So what's your thoughts? Let me know. Hit it in the comment section. Let me know. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are, how your decision-making process goes and what it all means. Love to hear it. I look at all the comments. I love how many people are so engaged and from all over the world. And look, for my friends and brethren and the people who make such an amazing impact on me by the comments and the love and everything you give to me. All the people over in the Netherlands, the Netherlands, thank you so much for the love and support of the people in the US and Australia and in the UK. I mean, everywhere I got this constant support from you all. And I wanted to sort of give some of that back, and by asking these questions, and hopefully that resonates. Hopefully it means something, and hopefully it helps you to maybe question things like I do. I don't know. What's your thoughts? But anyway, all that said, I hope you like what I did. I mean, like I say, wandering, ramblings through the forest of a crazy person, rambling. If you did like it, then great. Love it. Hit the like button, share it around. If you didn't, well, don't say I didn't warn you. So thanks very much for being here, one and all. get out into the world, do good and be good. And you can change the world with the way that you are, the way that you speak, the way that you think, the way that you communicate with people. Changes the world. So get out there and do that. But question yourself and question everything around you, because that's how you get to a point where when you are making decisions, they're yours and they're not somebody else's. Right, have a wonderful day, everybody. Love you all, and look forward to seeing you soon. Ciao for now.